I want to discuss a controversial topic on today's podcast. And if you're watching this podcast, hit that subscribe button right there. This podcast is brought to you by Hokeland Farm. Contact Hokeland Farm and get the best rotationally grazed 100% grass-fed beef. This beef is sold in quarters and halves, and they have custom sample packs so you can try before you buy. Contact Hokeland Farm at 952-491-1541 and get 20% off your first order by mentioning the Minnesota Tim podcast.
With no regard for human life.
952-491-1541. Hokeland Farm. Get great beef in your freezers today. Okay, so the controversial topic that I want to dive into today is the mentorship of J.J. McCarthy. I don't think anyone is really talking about Sam Darnold, the mentor. And I get that Sam Darnold is not an elite quarterback in the NFL. He's not a Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. He's not even a Trevor Lawrence. But there is something to be said about where Sam Darnold is at in his career and the ability to mentor a younger quarterback like J.J. McCarthy. He bounced around from the Jets to the Panthers, finally got in a good situation with the 49ers, and now he's with the Minnesota Vikings. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a disgruntled 36, 37-year-old quarterback mentoring a J.J. McCarthy who doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to mentor his replacement? I mean, who would? I wouldn't want to do it. Or would you rather have a guy that has experience in multiple different systems, a guy who's struggled trying to find his footing, can kind of show and share what works, what hasn't worked in the NFL so far, a guy who, went through experiences with the Jets and the Panthers that is just absolutely awful, and then can share some of those experiences with that next rookie quarterback. I believe that Sam Darnold is the absolute perfect mentor for J.J. McCarthy. And I think that he can offer him something that not every single elite quarterback in the NFL can, and that is experience in multiple different systems, that is experience in crappy situations, so he can help mentor and guide the rookie quarterback on how to react, what he did that wasn't right, what he would change, what he regrets about his decisions. All of those things are things he can share. Plus, one more note. I think about the greats like Tom Brady and LeBron James. How much of what they can see is shareable with the next quarterback that's going to take their spot? Meaning, their processing is so much better than everybody else's that they see things on the football field or the basketball court that nobody else can see. That's what makes them great. They are so good and so amazing at their craft that decisions, accuracy, what they see from opposing defenses to make this throw or make that throw, looking off a safety a certain way, making a check at the line of scrimmage, how much of what they see can translate or is teachable to a guy like J.J. McCarthy? I don't think much. I mean, you think about Kirk Cousins, for example, and the reason why he left the Minnesota Vikings, well, one, he got a lot of guaranteed money from the Atlanta Falcons, but two, he was not interested in mentoring the next quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. And he got completely hosed by the Atlanta Falcons. They drafted Michael Penix Jr. with the 8th overall pick, got completely blindsided. So his situation is the exact same with the Atlanta Falcons as it would have been with the Minnesota Vikings. And what he knows now, maybe he would have changed his mind and signed a 2-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings instead of the 4-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. But would you rather have a disgruntled veteran that's pissed off that he has to fill this role, answer questions to the media, be this guy that's going to guide the next rookie quarterback? Or would you rather have a guy that wants to stay in the show, wants to be valuable, has bounced around the league for a while, has regrets, has mistakes, and can share all of those things with the next guy? I would rather pick the second one. I think Sam Darnold is a great mentor, is a great guider for J.J. McCarthy. Thank you for watching this podcast. If you are, hit that subscribe button right there. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, please rate, review, and follow this podcast wherever you are listening to this podcast. Everyone, thank you for making this podcast a part of your day.